All right, what's going on, everybody? Build to rent crew. Welcome back. Welcome back. Look, we are now at the phase where we have the cables delivered. We have the plumbing ground inspection tomorrow. Today's President's Day, and then tomorrow, Tuesday, will be the inspection for the ground plumbing. We've talked a little bit about that, but I'm going to go over some things. The delivery of the cables, we scheduled it for today. I know we're going to be a little bit early. If we get this thing done first thing in the morning, I'm going to call these guys up and see if they have some free time available to get this done. So these are what the cables look like when they get delivered. Very simple. We have rebar that has to be delivered. There's going to be some places in the foundation where we're going to be using rebar, and then of course the cables for the slab. Sorry, I skipped a few pictures there. So one of the things I wanted to show you real quick is that these cables, they come with this just black stuff is just a sleeve here, and then this thing is encased in like some some petroleum of some sort. But anyways, the thing is that like there's a live end and there's going to be the end where gets fixed. So basically what happens is that these are going to be pulled into the wooden forms. And I'm going to show you this once these get installed so you can see what it looks like when it's actually installed. But one of the things that we have to make sure that gets taken care of once we go look is that you see how, let me zoom into this real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So if you can see here, you see how this little piece of cable, the plastic sheathing for the cable here, has a little bit of the wire exposed right here. And this is going to be touching up against the 2x12s, the 2x10s, the pieces of wood that are the forms for the concrete. And what the inspector always is looking for is he doesn't want any of the cable to be touching any of the concrete. The only thing that is supposed to be touching the concrete is the actual the sheathing here, the plastic sheathing. That's the only thing that should be touched by the concrete once the foundation gets poured. This is a very small technical thing. The foundation guys should know that, but sometimes they do it really quickly. And you as a general contractor have to go and check this stuff before the inspector gets there so you don't have to waste time on another inspection. So that's just something small that we've had issues with in the past, but we talk to our guys and we'll get it straightened out first thing. Okay, one more thing I wanted to show you is that there's going to be different sizes of rebar that's going to be used. This is obviously a little bit thicker piece of rebar here versus this other one here, but that's just for the purposes of what we're going to be doing. One of these is going to be a ground contact for the electrical. That's also a requirement. You don't need to know that information. I'm just showing off my knowledge because I've done this so much. This is going to be the plastic tarp. This tarp here is going to go over the all of the ditches that are going to be done. And so these rolls are going to be put on top of the ditches that are going to be done there. So it's, very simple to just keep it covered. This is the moisture barrier from the concrete to the dirt. These are going to be the anchor bolts. Basically, these bolts are going to be put on the edges of the foundation. And once they're put on the edges of the foundation, the purposes of those is going to be to anchor the base plates on the structure itself. Hang on a second real quick. All right, you want to get in here?
Yeah.
All right. So we have anchor bolts. Hold on a second.
What?
All right. Thank you for that musical interlude, Judah. All right, here we go. We got some bricks that got delivered today. We have some tape. So some of these things are going to be for with the cables and stuff like that, and the tape that needs to be used. Here, I wanted to show you something else real quickly. Is that basically we have the 25-foot setbacks that we have at the front of the property, and so this measuring tape that I have here is 25 feet. And so what I wanted to go out there and look at, and I there's this ditch here which kind of covered it up, which not what I was trying to do, but just wanted to make sure that we had enough room between the front of the property and the 25 building setback that we're required to have. So that's just something else that we need to do as the general contractor, make sure just a quick check and balance is there. So for the side of the property, this is also something else that I always check, is we have a 5-foot building setback on the sides. And that just means that we can't build within 5 feet of the property boundary line. So all I did here was double check because the site plan, if you guys remember, says 7 feet, 7.31 feet. So it's going to be like 7 feet, and it looks like it's 1, 2, 3, about 4 and 5 inches. So we're well within our 5 feet. We're further out than 5 feet, which is what we want, closer to the property boundary line. So that's something else that I want to make sure that is okay. And really, guys, I think that's all the pictures I got for today. All right, Judah wants to entertain you guys real quickly with a quick song that he has for you. Go.
Oh, silly things. And thanks.
All righty, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.